college under fire. 2nd April 2015. Gunmen drowned in the doctrine of hate and death stormed Garissa University College, cold-bloodedly killing 147 people and injuring at least 100 more. The gunmen took 700 students hostage during the attack, and that was the first attack on an educational target in Kenya. The university, which is an affiliate of Moi University, is the pioneer university in Garissa County. For its security, the university had contracted a private security firm that manned the school's entry point. With heightened security alert status in the county, the National Police Service deployed 4 armed administration police to reinforce the private guards at the campus. 2nd April 2015. Students at the university got up to their daily routines at the break of dawn. The semester was just about to end, and the majority of students were awake early, catching up on their studies for the end of semester exams. Still in the campus, some Christian Union students had congregated in one of the classrooms for their morning devotion in preparation for Good Friday, a solemn period in the Christian calendar. On the other side of the campus, their Muslim counterparts were performing their Fajr prayers. At 5:30 a.m. Terror struck. 4 terrorists approached the university from the only gate in the school. They shot at 3 of the civilian guards who were on duty, killing 2 of them. The 4 armed administration police, who had earlier been deployed to the school, were at this point conducting an early morning patrol in the compound. On hearing the gunshots, 3 of them quickly took tactical cover to assess the situation as one approached the classrooms. From the gate, one pair of the terrorists went to one of the classrooms, which was about 100 meters from the gate. Inside the class, they indiscriminately opened fire at the Christian Union students, killing all of them. One of the 4 administration police who accosted the terrorists at this class was also killed. From the class, the terrorists approached the hostels, shooting erratically. From the heavy sounds of gunfire, all the students now realized that something was amiss. Some of those doing their private studies in the classrooms ignorantly ran back to the hostels, where they thought it was safer. 6 a.m. The 4 terrorists were now in the hostel corridors, ordering the students to come out of their rooms. They continued to mercilessly shoot, only stopping to order everyone out. The terrorists then asked for all the Muslim students to come out and later released them. With information of the attack now spreading, regular and administration police from the vicinity, together with KDF troops from the Garissa military camp, began to make their way to the campus for a task they well knew was not going to be easy. As they approached, and with the sun now out, one of the terrorists assumed a vantage point on a rooftop to repulse any rescue mission.
Because there was somebody, another Al-Shabaab, alikuwa amekaa juu.
On sighting the troops, he shot at them and threw a grenade, killing 1 KDF soldier and injuring 4. The KDF commander on the ground quickly retreated his troops to review another insertion plan. In his plan, the commander positioned troops to cover most likely sniper positions, as well as sealing off possible escape routes. To now approach the campus, he opted to use armored personnel carriers to force his way in. Once inside the compound, the joint security team began rescue operations for the students who were not being held hostage. 10 a.m. Kenyans in the world were now receiving breaking news of the attack. At this point, the terrorists had already killed at least 100 students and 2 security officers. Meanwhile, the Joint Rescue and Operations Team reviewed alternative approaches to Elgon Hostel, where the terrorists were holding several students hostage. A quick review with some of the students who had been rescued painted a grim picture of what the security team was dealing with.
Al-Shabaab alikuwa on the other side juu, but nilisikia alikuwa amejifunga kilipuzi.
It had now become apparent that this was a suicide mission, as the 4 young assailants had strapped themselves with body explosives. This revelation, coupled with the hostage crisis, proved that Garissa University attack was not going to be an easy rescue mission. Suicide missions with innocent hostages involved, such as the Garissa University attack, require meticulous rescue operations to avoid further casualties on the students and security agents.
You know that there are people over there, then you have to work very, very slowly. It's very easy to come and to conquer and to, like a combat, to get inside a building. But you have to remember that the first priority is the life of the people inside, your people. Sometimes in terrorist action, you want to get to the terrorists as soon as possible without any consequences. Other people will be killed during this attack. Here, you have to figure what is your purpose: to rescue the people or to kill the terrorists.
Safety and security for the students still trapped inside the university was now the priority. Meanwhile, in Nairobi, a team of specially trained officers from KDF Special Forces and the General Service Unit Recce Squad were launched. Their mission: to isolate the terrorists, secure the hostages, and bring the situation to normalcy. The 1-hour, 30-minute flight would get them to Garissa airstrip, where they would then drive to the university. Once at the university, the team from Nairobi met with the commander on the ground for a debrief. The purpose for this was to review the situation and coordinate the next course of action. With the current situation now in perspective, the 2 specialized teams formulated the best course of action to root out the assailants. KDF would provide the outer cordon cover, while the 2 specialized teams were to carry out the final assault. The teams then made their stealth approach into the building. From his position, a KDF Special Forces sniper took out one of the terrorists on the 2nd floor. Once inside, on the 1st floor, the Recce Squad neutralized 2 more terrorists. The 4th terrorist detonated his body explosives, killing 1 Recce officer and injuring 2 others. At 7 p.m. After 15 hours of terror, the attack was over.
I want now to confirm to Kenyan that the operation has ended successfully. The 4 terrorists were killed, and I want to thank the officers, both the Recce team from JSU and SF from KDF, for a job well done.
As Kenyans tried to come to terms with the horrific attack, investigations commenced involving both local and international security and forensic experts. Reports from the investigations confirmed that indeed the ground attackers were 4, and were under the command and control of one Mohammed Kuno, commonly known as Gamadere. The 4 included Abdirahman Abdullahi, team leader of the 4 terrorists, was born in Mandera. He lived a normal middle-class life with his parents, Abdullahi Mohammed and Abdia Abdi. His father was a chief in Mandera. Abdirahman attended Wami High School in South B, Nairobi between 2004 and 2007, where he attained a mean grade of A in the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education. He later joined the University of Nairobi in 2009 to pursue a degree in law. In February 2014, he successfully got an internship at First Community Bank, Eastlake Branch, where he worked before disappearing in April that same year. It is at this point that he went to Somalia to join Al-Shabaab. The 2nd terrorist, Khaled Hassan Isak, known to his peers as Calypso or Jafar, He was born in Mandera and lived a comfortable life with his parents, Hassan Isaac Ali and Safia Yunus. He attended Wami High School during the same time as the first attacker, where he attained a mean grade of B in the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education. This helped him secure a position at the University of Nairobi to pursue a degree in commerce at the Kabeti campus. He later did an internship with Abdi Rahman at First Community Bank before they both disappeared in April 2014. Zarqawi Ali, the third terrorist, was a son of a pastoralist. He was born in Garissa, and unlike the other two attackers, he dropped out of school in class 7 from Kulan Primary School in Garissa. Finally, Muhammad Saeed was born in Garissa but spent most of his early years with his uncle in Garson. Muhammad did not go through the Kenya formal education system but attended madrasa, Islamic classes where his uncle was a teacher. As more facts surrounding the dawn attack at the Garissa University College continued to unfold, it emerged that the attack at the university could have been made worse and more devastating. Details from classified reports revealed that 2 weeks before the university attack, security agents had dismantled a local Al-Shabaab sleeper cell that would have been part of the college attack. The original intent by the Al-Shabaab was to have at least 10 terrorists carry out the attack, with heavy use of explosives to bring down the building. Fortunately, the raid on the sleeper cell was successful, with several arrests and the recovery of assorted explosives and ammunition. Since the unfortunate university attack, Kenyan security agents have untiringly worked to dismantle and diminish the terror network that was involved. On the day of the attack, 3 accomplices were arrested at Mandera border point as they attempted to sneak out of the country. These 3 had facilitated the movement of the attackers to the college and attempted their escape at 4 a.m. The 3 are now part of many others arrested in connection with the attack. Of those arrested were Tanzanians, Somalis, and Kenyans, including Rashid Charles Beresero, Sahal Hussein, Hassan Aden Hassan, Mohammed Abikar, and Osman Abdi, who are all currently under police custody undergoing judicial procedures. Another definite breakthrough in the efforts to shut down this network was a police raid at an Al-Shabaab logistical base in Soko Ngombe Estate in Garissa. The early morning operation on 26 August 2015 was successful, with several arrests and the recovery of assorted weapons and ammunition that had been dug inside the house. Those arrested from this raid confirmed that indeed they had provided logistical support to the Garissa University attackers. The mastermind, Gamadere, is now on the most wanted terror list globally, with a 20 million Kenyan shillings bounty on his head. Despite being highly erratic, Al-Shabaab offered Gamadere a position in the ranks due to the fact that he was a local. Now operating from Somalia, Gamadere uses his cronies to carry out cross-border incursions and terror attacks in the northeastern region, including the Mandera quarry attack, Mandera bus attacks, as well as several grenade attacks in Wajir, Garissa, and Mandera counties. These counties are in the heart of the northeastern region, which has an estimated population of 2.3 million people, mainly of Somali origin. Northeastern Kenya borders the volatile Somalia to the east. The semi-arid region constitutes of the Ogaden, Garay, Marale, Ajuran, Dogodia, and Hawiyya clans, who are mainly pastoralists. Northeastern is a cosmopolitan region. However, clan affiliation still remains a controlling factor.
The Somali community are clan-based, and every clan occupies a certain area in the region. And sometimes they quarrel over issues of water, issues of pasture for their livestock, border disputes within the clans, politics, now that we have got counties. So sometimes they clash. And in the process, they acquire illegal firearms from Somalia. Sometimes when they are overwhelmed, they can bring in their clansmen from across the border in Somalia to come and help them fight the war. And it becomes very easy now for the Al-Shabaabs to take advantage of this kind of situation, to hide under these clan hostilities and come and harm Kenyans here in the region.
Similar clan dynamics exist in this region, are also found in Somalia. Likewise, these clan dynamics also reign supreme amongst the Al-Shabaab terror group.
Sometimes you may get somebody is a criminal, and maybe the person who is supposed to tell you that person is bad, maybe he comes from his own clan, so sometimes they hide.
These shared perceptions of inter-clan animosities have easily facilitated Al-Shabaab to infiltrate the northern communities. Al-Shabaab have more than once demonstrated skills in manipulating these conflicts to recruit local members and gain support of the aggrieved communities and clans. Where manipulation has not been possible, Al-Shabaab has used intimidation to coerce the communities.
Sometimes they use intimidation. They will tell you that if you don't do this, I'll deal with your relatives in this manner.
Al-Shabaab aims to create anarchy in the northeastern region, thereby disrupting development and integration. The proximity of Mandera, Wajir, and Garissa counties to the porous Kenya-Somalia border renders them suitable breeding grounds for the terrorists.
The border of Somalia with Kenya is generally 800 kilometers. From border point 1 in Mandera up to Kiunga in Lamu. The area within all this is 750 kilometers. There are no forests, there are no mountains, there are no seas, or there are no rivers. So it's easy for entry or any criminal coming into the country.
Operating in this region is a well-established coordinated terror network, operated by high-level ranking Kenyans within Al-Shabaab, including the Garissa University mastermind, Gamadheri. The terror network in Kenya not only operates in northeastern region, it extends its reach far to the shores of the Indian Ocean. Al-Shabaab has three main factions operating within Kenya, under the leadership and membership of Kenyan citizens. The three groups include the Amniat, the Jaba, and Jeshi Ayman. Jeshi Ayman, commonly referred to as Jeshi La Ayman, named after the founder Maalim Ayman, mainly operates from the coastal region. The founder, Maalim Ayman, ran to Somalia after leadership wrangles with his deputy, Abdi Fattah Abubakar Abdi, who now controls the group. Jeshi La Ayman is responsible for several attacks in Lamu County, including the attack on a military camp in Baure, the infamous attack on Pikatoni, as well as other attacks on local administration police in Hindi and Pandagua. The Jaba, who are the ground attackers, mainly operate in the northeastern region, but can be activated for attacks elsewhere in the country. It is this group, in collaboration with the Amniat, that carried out the attack at the Garissa University College. As illustrated, the terror outfit in Kenya is a well-coordinated network. Similarly, the cell that coordinated and facilitated the Garissa University attack was equally synchronized. Investigations revealed that this network was in communication with associates from the USA, Sweden, Ethiopia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Tanzania, and Angola. In planning the Garissa University College attack, the Kenyan Amniat cell mapped out the targets and shared the outcome of the surveillance in early January 2015. In mid-March the same year, Al-Shabaab's facilitators in Garissa received money to obtain weapons and ammunition that would be used in the attack from the terrorist stronghold in Jilib, Somalia. Once the weapons had been procured, they were sent to Mandera, then moved to Garissa. Some of these weapons were kept at the Hagadera refugee camp. On March 24th, 2015, Gamadheri launched the terrorists from Somalia. On their arrival in Mandera, they were received by Mohammed Noor and Isaac Okala. On April 1st, they were then escorted from Mandera to Garissa. Their ease of movement was enabled by the fact that they were all Kenyan and had national identity cards. In Garissa, they were received and hosted by a madrasa teacher, where they spent the night before the attack. Intelligence reports further inform that Al-Shabaab's facilitation network has infiltrated madrasas, commonly known as Duksi. Several terrorists arrested in Kenya have revealed that they taught in madrasas. Another integral factor that contributes to the intricacies facing this region is the over 1 million refugees hosted in camps, making it the largest refugee population in Africa. Since the fall of Siad Barre's government in the early 90s, Kenya continues to play host to Somali people who face continued aggravated atrocities by the Al-Shabaab and other aligned militias. Several reports reveal that these camps have played a major role in facilitating Al-Shabaab activities in Kenya by offering ideal logistical and recruitment bases.
We have been able to arrest some refugees who are participating in these terror networks. We have unearthed a lot of firearms and ammunition and explosives in the refugee camps.
In the camps, terrorists effortlessly camouflage among the refugees and move with ease. Hagadera and Ifo camps especially are infamous for small arms proliferation and provide an easy mobility corridor for terrorists and recruits to and from Somalia. Here the youth are recruited, radicalized, and then taken to Somalia for combat training. The terrorists are then brought back to Kenya as sleeper cells, awaiting activation. Subsequent investigations have established that part of the planning for the Westgate attack was finalized in these camps, and that some weapons used in the Garissa University college attack were also hidden in these camps. Several attempts by the Kenyan government to bring normalcy in these regions are usually met with the outcry of human rights violation. These efforts are also delayed by the few elements of Al-Shabaab sympathizers and collaborators within the region.
Yeah, the people of Northern Province are very homogeneous. This is the same community, the same language, same religion, same physical features, and they are very similar to the ones across in Somalia. Therefore, it's very difficult for us to differentiate between the two. Therefore, it's very easy for the terrorists and Al-Shabaabs to hide in this kind of scenario because they can just pretend to be part of the same community in Kenya.
Al-Shabaab in this region is everywhere and nowhere. The experience that Kenya, like the rest of the world, has had with terrorism has necessitated some changes to better ensure the security of its citizenry.
Polisi, AB, jeshi ambayo wanakaa hub area hii yote hawa watu wametulinda vizuri.
Some of the actions taken by Kenya so far include the realignment and redeployment of security agents in areas perceived to be hostile, the reinforcement of security in all police stations and learning institutions, the enhancement of security operations and awareness seminars across the northeastern and coastal regions. The government also continues to improve efficiency and professionalism of the National Police Service. They've recently acquired modern equipment, such as armored personnel carriers, and have also made provision for specialized training to improve capacity for the police against urban insurgency, a tactic recently exhibited by the Al-Shabaab and other terrorist groups. The classified documents also revealed several thwarted attacks that would have caused havoc in the country. It has become apparent that terrorists' objective globally is to cause fear and disrupt development. The now preferred use of suicide missions on innocent targets by Al-Shabaab, as seen in the Westgate and Garissa University attacks, is a global phenomenon, as replicated in Paris and Pakistan. Pakistan has unfortunately experienced the most attacks on education targets, with the most recent one on 20th January 2016 at Bacha Khan University. Efforts to secure Kenya are not only at the strategic level. Kenyans have also demonstrated and are awakened to the realization that security begins with them.
We as a nation need to remind ourselves over and over again is that yes, we live in a global village and the threat of terror affects each and every single one of us.
Both Muslims and Christians have remained defiant, not to allow the separatist ideologies of Al-Shabaab to divide them. The Muslim community in Kenya has been in the forefront to denounce the Al-Shabaab, reiterating that terror has no religion.
For a long time, the mainstream Muslim leaders have been accused of keeping quiet. No more. We want to tell them that this is a munkar, and munkar in Islam means something that is evil. We cannot keep quiet in the face of evil.
This mindset has led to many citizen initiatives and campaigns to complement government's operations in fighting terror. Following the Garissa attack, a group of Muslim youth from northeastern region held a 1,000-kilometer walk dubbed the Walk of Hope to denounce the attack.
Hakuna amani inakuja ukiwa unasimama. Hakuna amani unasema kama unaketi na usemi. Lazima utembee kutafuta amani.
Also, in a never-seen-before show of defiance, Muslims on board a Mandera-bound bus refused to be separated from their fellow Christian travelers after Al-Shabaab attacked the bus, causing them to abandon their evil mission.
Kitendo hawa Waislamu walifanya, sisi tumedefeat na tumeshinda wa Al-Shabaab kwa sababu waliona tumesimama pamoja. Hiyo ninasema watu wa Kenya tuwe united tukipigana na hawa watu.
This simple act of kindness by the Muslims on the bus received global applause, bringing forth the phrase, Mandera Heroes. Irrespective of the new tactics employed by terror groups and their evident callousness for human life, the will and the zeal of the countries affected by terror to rise above is unyielding. Kenya in particular continues to unbowed. Unbowed. The country has shown resilience and the fight against terrorism remains alive. In January 2016, the Garissa University was officially reopened.
It was unfortunate, it was a bad thing that happened, but that does not stop us from continuing with our life.
Tutaki tufunge hii university kabisa. Hiyo ni kusema ya kwamba hawa wahalifu ni kama wametushinda. Kwa hivyo mimi nashukuru wa Kenya ya kwamba wamesimama na sisi.
Even as the events of the ill-fated day still haunt the corridors of education, throngs of students continue to defy evil and terror that reigned supreme in the early morning of 2nd April 2015 as they vow to show courage under fire.